Motorcycles are all about freedom, excitement, and, let's be honest, avoiding expensive repair bills. Nobody wants a bike that leaves them stranded on the side of the road, calling for a tow truck while their wallet slowly weeps. That's why reliability matters. You want something that starts every time, takes a beating without complaining, and racks up miles like it's allergic to breakdowns. Japanese manufacturers have mastered this art. They've been making bikes that just refuse to die for decades. This is why I've compiled a list of the top 15 most unbreakable Japanese motorcycles you can find on the market. Make sure you watch until the end. At number 15, we have the Kawasaki Ninja 650. This is arguably the only sports bike that doesn't punish your spine. The Ninja 650 is the kind of bike that offers enough power to keep things fun without demanding a chiropractor on standby. Sitting at the heart of this machine is a 649cc parallel twin engine pushing out 67 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. That's plenty for slicing through traffic or taking a spirited ride on twisty roads. But what really makes this bike unbreakable for me is its straightforward engineering. No overly complicated electronics trying to outthink you. No temperamental high-performance parts needing consistent babysitting. Just a well-built, easy-to-maintain workhorse that keeps going as long as you give it basic care. Next up at number 14 is the Yamaha XS650. Now, if you're thinking, wait, isn't that an old-school bike? You'd be right. But the XS650 earns its spot here because it's basically the poster child for bulletproof reliability. Yamaha built this thing to last, and owners will tell you these bikes just don't die. The 653cc 4-stroke vertical twin engine isn't trying to set any speed records, but with 53 horsepower and 42 pound-feet of torque, it delivers smooth, predictable performance that holds up decades later. One of the reasons the XS650 is so unbreakable is its simple, almost idiot-proof design. Yamaha ditched overly complex mechanics, and the horizontally split crankcase meant fewer leaks and easier repairs. It's a bike that doesn't ask for much. Just keep up with oil changes and it'll outlive most things in your garage. Taking the 13th spot is the Suzuki DR650. You know a bike is reliable when it's been mostly unchanged for decades. I mean, this bike is a living legend in the dual sport world. Powered by a 644cc air and oil-cooled single-cylinder engine, it makes 43 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. It's old school, it's basic, but that's what makes it so unkillable. There are no complex parts, no fragile electronics, no liquid cooling system that can fail. Just a simple, air-cooled thumper that's been built to take a beating. The steel frame is rock solid. The suspension is tough enough for serious off-road abuse, and even the carburetor, yes, it still has one, is designed to be easy to clean and maintain. Whether you're crossing a desert, riding through backcountry trails, or commuting every day, this bike will never let you down. The 12th spot belongs to the Kawasaki Vulcan S. We all have this idea that cruisers are supposed to be laid-back, easygoing machines, and the Vulcan S takes that philosophy to heart. Powered by a 649cc parallel twin engine, it produces 61 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque, more than enough for relaxed highway cruising or city rides. What makes the Vulcan S stand out in terms of reliability? First off, like the other bikes we've talked about, Kawasaki didn't overcomplicate things. There are no excessive electronics, no exotic materials, just a rock-solid engine and a chassis built to last. And here's the best part. It doesn't have the weight or clunkiness that some cruisers suffer from, meaning less stress on components over time. It's also got a belt drive instead of a chain, reducing maintenance needs even further. At number 11, we have the Kawasaki Versys 650. This bike is one of many that fly under the radar. It doesn't get flashy marketing, it doesn't scream for attention, but what it does do is rack up miles forever. At its core is a 649cc parallel twin engine pushing 66 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. Plenty for adventure riding, commuting, or just enjoying a smooth highway cruise. So, why is it so dependable? Kawasaki took a tried and tested engine design borrowed from the Ninja 650 and tuned it for longevity rather than outright speed. The liquid cooling system is highly efficient, ensuring the engine never overheats even in the worst traffic. The frame is sturdy but not overly heavy, reducing stress on components. And since it runs a simple chain drive setup, maintenance is easy and cheap. Next up at number 10 is the Honda Goldwing. If reliability had a mascot, it'd be this bike. The current model packs a massive 1,833cc flat-six engine churning out 125 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque. And if there's one thing Honda knows how to build, it's a smooth, indestructible touring motor. Gold Wings are known to rack up ridiculous mileage. Some owners have pushed theirs past 500,000 miles. The reason? That flat-six engine is inherently balanced, reducing vibration and internal stress, which helps everything last longer. The shaft drive eliminates the need for constant chain maintenance, and Honda's legendary dual-clutch transmission makes gear changes seamless, reducing mechanical wear. The cooling system is also rock solid, with a large radiator and efficient fans to keep everything running at optimal temperatures, even during long trips. Claiming the 9th spot is the Yamaha YZF R1. We all know that sport bikes aren't typically known for longevity, but the R1 is an exception. Yamaha built this thing to take abuse, whether it's on the track, the streets, or anywhere in between. The 998cc cross-plane inline-4 engine pumps out 198 horsepower and 83 pound-feet of torque. But here's the key. It's not just about power, it's about durability. Yamaha's cross-plane crankshaft design reduces engine stress and distributes power more smoothly, helping internal components last longer. The R1 also has titanium connection rods, which are not only lightweight but incredibly strong, reducing wear on the engine over time. The electronics package, traction control, slide control, and even launch control helps protect the bike from excessive strain by preventing wheel slip and unnecessary engine stress. Let's just say it's a super bike that won't betray you when you need it most. At number 8, we have the Suzuki GSX R750. This bike has been around forever, since 1985 to be exact, and for good reason. It's that perfect middle ground between a 600 and a liter bike, offering speed and agility without overcomplicating things. With its 750cc inline-4 engine delivering 148 horsepower and 64 pound-feet of torque, it has plenty of go, but it's not so stressed that it burns itself out quickly. Suzuki's approach to reliability with this bike is all about refinement. The engine is based on tried-and-true Suzuki architecture, with a reputation for lasting well past 100,000 miles when properly maintained. The GSX R750 also features Suzuki's selectable drive mode system, which helps extend the bike's lifespan by letting you adjust power output based on conditions, keeping the engine from working harder than it needs to. At number 7, we've got the Honda CBR 500R. If motorcycles had a most responsible sibling, the CBR 500R would be it. This bike doesn't scream for attention, it just quietly does its job, day in and day out, without drama. Powered by a 471cc parallel twin engine, making 47 horsepower and 31 pound-feet of torque, it's not a rocket ship, but that's exactly why it lasts forever. Reliability comes from its simplicity. The engine is under-stressed, meaning it doesn't get pushed to its limits, which significantly reduces wear. Honda also gave it a solid 6-speed transmission with a slipper clutch, so gear shifts are smooth and the gearbox isn't constantly being abused. The cooling system is well designed, preventing overheating even in stop-and-go traffic. And because it's fuel injected, you don't have to worry about carburetors getting clogged up over time. It's the kind of bike that'll fire up every morning, rain or shine, and never ask for much in return. Sliding into number 6 is the Yamaha Tenere 700. Adventure bikes get put through some serious abuse, but the Tenere 700 is built for it. This thing is practically the cockroach of the ADV world. Rugged, unkillable, and ready to survive whatever you throw at it. Underneath that rally-inspired bodywork sits a 689cc parallel twin engine, producing 72 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque. What makes it so reliable? First off, Yamaha didn't overcomplicate things. It's just a simple, proven design that works. The CP2 engine is known for its durability, with a 270-degree crank giving it a nice torquey feel without excessive stress. The frame is lightweight but strong, designed to handle rough terrain without cracking under pressure. Plus, the bike has minimal electronic assists, meaning fewer things to fail in the middle of nowhere. At the 5th spot is the Suzuki V-Strom 650. This is like that one guy who never brags but somehow always gets the job done. It has been a reliability champ for years, and the latest version continues the tradition. At its heart is a 645cc V-twin engine, putting out 70 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque, plenty for long-distance touring without straining itself. So why is it so dependable? The V-Strom's engine is a refined version of the SV650's power plant, meaning it's been tested and improved over the years. It has a rock-solid fuel injection system, a long-lasting clutch, and a well-balanced chassis that doesn't put excessive stress on components. The bike also comes with a well-designed cooling system, keeping temperatures stable even on long rides. And with a simple chain-driven setup, maintenance is easy and cheap, so you don't even have to take it to the mechanic because you can fix any problems yourself. Grabbing the fourth spot is the Kawasaki Z900. This is one of those bikes that feels like it has no right to be this good and this reliable at the same time. It's got a 948cc inline-4 churning out 125 horsepower and 73 pound-feet of torque, making it an absolute blast to ride. But despite the power, it's also one of the most solid bikes in its class. The reliability factor comes down to Kawasaki's smart engineering. The engine isn't overly tuned, meaning it doesn't suffer from excessive stress. The cooling system is excellent, with a large radiator and efficient fans keeping things in check. The frame is lightweight yet rigid, reducing unnecessary vibrations that could wear down components over time. The electronics package, traction control, power modes, and a smooth ride-by-wire throttle helps keep the bike running efficiently without adding unnecessary complexity. At number 3, we have the Honda NC750X. This bike is the motorcycle equivalent of a Toyota Camry. It's practical, dependable, and built to last way past when you'd expect it to. This thing is powered by a 745cc parallel twin engine, making 58 horsepower and 51 pound-feet of torque, which doesn't sound crazy, but that's exactly the point. It's tuned for efficiency and longevity, not raw speed. So what makes it so bulletproof? First, the engine is a low-revving workhorse. The red line sits at just 7,000 RPM, meaning it's never under extreme stress. Honda also gave it a super smooth dual-clutch transmission option, which reduces wear and tear compared to manual shifting. The cooling system is solid, the frame is well-balanced, and it even has a built-in storage compartment where the fuel tank would normally be. Fewer moving parts, less chance of things going wrong. This is the kind of bike that'll run for 100,000 miles with basic maintenance, no problem. Coming in at number 2, we have the Honda XR650L. This bike has been around since the early 90s with barely any changes, and that's because Honda nailed the formula the first time. It's powered by a 644cc air-cooled single-cylinder engine, making 40 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. Numbers that don't sound crazy, but the key here is durability, not speed. What makes it so bulletproof? First off, it's air-cooled, which means no radiator, no coolant leaks, and no risk of pump failure. The steel frame is built to take serious off-road punishment, and the suspension is designed to soak up rough terrain without excessive wear. The engine is also ridiculously under-stressed, meaning it'll run for hundreds of thousands of miles without issue. If you need a bike that will outlive you, this is it. And finally, the number 1 on this list, and my personal favorite, is the Honda CRF 300L. If you want a bike that will survive anything, the CRF 300L is it. This is the kind of motorcycle you could throw off a cliff, pick up, dust off, and ride away like nothing happened. With a 286cc single engine making 27 horsepower and 26 pound-feet of torque, it's not a speed demon, but it's got one job: getting you where you need to go no matter what. The key to its reliability is its simplicity. A single-cylinder engine means fewer moving parts, which means fewer things that can go wrong. The liquid cooling system is efficient, keeping the engine at the right temperature even in extreme conditions. The frame is lightweight but built to take a beating, and Honda designed the suspension to handle rough terrain without excessive wear. Plus, the CRF 300L is fuel injected, so you won't have to deal with clogged carbs like on older dirt bikes. It's been tested in the toughest environments worldwide, and it just keeps going. Whether you're on the road, in the dirt, or deep in the jungle, this is the ultimate never-say-die motorcycle. That's all I have for you today. At this point, I don't need to say it, but we all know Japanese bikes are practically bulletproof, and it doesn't get better than these 15. Did I miss any bike? Or should I have put another bike at number 1? Leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos. See you in the next one.